Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. Okay, hello, everybody. Good to be with you. I'm so happy to share with you today. Today I'm going to be talking about tuning into your chakras and really looking at how you can identify your wounds as your gifts and your purpose and how to thrive from all that. So today's we're going to be sharing this. Today we're live on Facebook through my personal page, and at the same time right now, we're also going to be airing this ultimately on the Spiritual Rockstar podcast. So today, anyway, this is, of course, always one of my favorite things is to talk about tuning into your 7 chakras, how you can do that. I definitely do this work where I tune into people's chakras that I've been doing for so long, and I've trained, hundreds of people, if not thousands, to do. And I'm looking forward to sharing this subject with you. Now, for a lot of the people tuning in to this Facebook Live and on the podcast, you're definitely familiar with the concept that your wounds can be really your greatest gifts, and it points into your purpose. And so I'm here to share some wisdom around that. And really, first and foremost, like I say, with so much of what I'm sharing, I'm here not only to add to your information, which that happens, but also to remind you that these things are true and have you actually just do the work right now. Right now is to do this work to identify your wounds as your gifts and purpose so that you can really embody that truth, because often we forget, right? We forget that these things we're suffering from in our pain body isn't there just to take us down. No, it's there to wake us up. So I want to talk about that aspect as well. So let's talk about maybe a little bit now, the airing of this episode. Again, it's almost old news because it's been going on for a while. We've got the COVID thing. We hear it again and again about, but it is something in the consciousness right now. And then we have Black Lives Matter, and we have, George Floyd being killed. We have all these things going on. So there's been a lot of energy with that. We have people who are excited at the same time about waking up spiritually more with everything going on. We've got people who are maybe feeling like going more inward right now, and at the same time knowing it's time to come more outward. We've got a lot of things happening. People are feeling the big shift that's happening right now that, from my guidance anyway, have been telling me it's a really critical time over these next 10 years. I was told this about, for a long time in a way, but more specifically about, a year or two ago, maybe at least a year and a half ago. And that, it's time for those of you that are light leaders, light workers, healers, world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs, etc., that really want to rock your sacred purpose. All this stuff that's being shaken within ourselves right now in your chakras, especially your lower chakras, right? That's where all this stuff gets stirred up, is in your lower chakras, which then takes you into your head, right? So let's talk about that briefly, and then we'll get into more fully into like tuning into your chakras and stuff. Now, remember, as those lower chakras are shaken up, the survival stuff, right? The fear and the root and the insecurities and everything going on, and the injustice and everything in the lower chakras, and the insecurity, for example, in the sacral chakra. In the power center, let's fight. There's a war. We got to fight. We've got to be empowered. We need rights. We need everything. We need everything we need. And so those things come up, and we have those realities to deal with. Or we have maybe a sadness for those of us that are empathic, empathic that these things are going on in the world and this injustice that is going on for Black lives, etc. And then we have the sense of guilt, white privilege, all these things. And it's other people like, no, that doesn't resonate for me. I'm not into that. Okay, I'm not here to get into those subjects. I'm saying I'm just talking to the current environment because it's important. Because this energy is happening for people. Even when they're saying, oh, I'm not letting it affect me, it's still having an effect. So we've got these things going on. And what happens when all this energy gets stirred up is, and it's all part of the awakening. So it's all great. It's meant to be embraced. I've had it all stirred up. Is, again, think about like your lower brain centers are lighting up, you know, the basal brain is lighting up, okay? And it creates anger, fear, sadness, frustration, rage. We've got that, you know, fight, you know, no matter what, like militant, really. And so it comes through from the basal brain, the lower brain, and then we are entrained in that, and we're out searching and looking to seek and destroy. Okay, so we're looking to seek and destroy. I'll get into why all this matters to this topic in a moment. Okay, so it's like seek and destroy, and our whole wiring our brain primarily is really focused in that direction. Then, and you know, you think it's all about, you know, no, I'm just looking to liberate for people that are light up in that way, but like, no, you're actually like in a seek and destroy. Seek and destroy the untruth and bring in the truth. And it has to be now, or something horrible will continue to happen, or it's going to happen, etc. So I'm just telling you about the mechanics of what happens. And it's just, it's our wiring. It's within us. So if you're not being triggered, maybe that's not happening for you. But this is what's happening for a lot of people. Now, maybe it's something, you know, could be so many other areas of life that are always going on for us. Could be something in your health. It could be something in your finances. It could be something in your career or business. It could be something, you know, in any area of your life that you're experiencing. Something's stirring you up, and these lower chakras especially are getting stirred up. So where's all that come from? Because it is true that some people can be in the face of, I think everybody's being shaken right now by everything going on, almost everybody. And everyone's is shaken differently and has different responses. And, you know, a certain percentage of us, some of us are in a place of, because we're wanting to make sure, like, again, it's that fear and control factor. It's like, well, you ought to be thinking like this. It almost becomes like a thought police for your, like, no, you better think like this. And so we have a thought police energy going on too. Like, no, if you're not here, then, you know, out, you know, you're not my friend anymore. Or, no, you know, we need to be done with you people and all this stuff. It's dangerous. It's playing. You're playing with you play with fire, you know, somebody's gonna, you know, it's a tricky thing, a little tricky there. Okay. So you want to be in your enlightened fire. All right. So how do we work all this stuff so that your wounds can actually serve as a gift and become as deeply purposeful as possible? Not just, hey, let's blow some stuff up and make some good stuff happen. It's not just that. It's not what I recommend anyway. So what's going to happen is going to happen, but I'm here to be a guide to more fulfillment and more impact, more expanded impact, more greater results. So how do we tune in our chakras, do the deeper work, rather than like letting these issues like either suppress us and shut us down and keep us just in negativity and or fear or whatever, all these lower, you know, lower energies. Again, they're all beautiful energies. Okay. To me, I'm not judging them. I'm just saying they're lower energies, and they have there's certain results that happen for them. So how do we move from this if you want to, and then move up the evolutionary chain so we can be more effective and really see more of the awakening that we all, everybody will be tuning into this ultimately what we're looking for. How can we really bring that in a far powerful and more expanded way? So how do we tune into those chakras to see what's really going on? And I really encourage all of you to do this deeper work. So you do need to stop. If you're being triggered, even if it seems like it's for a very positive cause, honestly, stop. Martin Luther King stopped to do inner work, whether it was prayer, whatever it was, he stopped. Gandhi stopped to do his inner work. I'm sure, well, we know, Jesus, dark-skinned Jesus, which we know to be true now, for 100%. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. Dark-skinned Jesus. I would love to see a dark-skinned Jesus. There's this beautiful image of a black Jesus that I saw once at our Unity, one of my Unity things I went to, and I was like, I would love to keep seeing that. I would rather see that. And I love all the different shades of color of Jesus, but I would love to see more of that. But we need to stop and then tune in, and then we become more effective, just like Martin Luther King did, just like Gandhi did, just like Jesus did. The brilliance is within and doing the deeper work. So I'm here to be a guide for this deeper work. So, because I talk about rocking your sacred purpose, being the spiritual rock star, you can navigate all the details, including legislation and governments and all that stuff. You can navigate it more powerfully and deeper for more permanent, deeper shifts in consciousness by doing this deeper work within ourselves. So, with all that being said, how do we tune into these chakras? Most of you probably know already that you're a pretty sophisticated audience, but let's talk about it. So as the stuff's getting stirred, if you bring to mind just even one of the things stirring you right now, pick one. I don't care what it is. Whether it's something in your personal life or in the collective life with COVID, Black Lives Matters, whatever you want to call everything that's going on, okay, racial injustice, whatever it is, I want you to pick one. Pick one that's been troubling you. The one that you want to pick that's troubling you maybe the most, or one you just want to pick for right now. I want you to feel into the sense of contraction that maybe you're having. Like, think about the issue, visualize it, or feel into the energy of it bothering you, upsetting you, and think about the issue and how it's negatively impacting you right now. Just even get a whiff of that. And then notice like where it's showing up for you. Where is it showing up for you? It might be a minor sense of contraction, or it might be deep. But wherever you feel it, what chakra is it? It may be some of your upper chakras, but wherever you find it, doesn't matter. Just identify it. And then I want you to get present with it. Okay, and then when you're present with it, there's different things you can do, but for today, maybe what you can do is go ahead and ask if it has a name, or just ask what name do you go by. Give me a name to go, what's your name? Just ask, what's your name? Okay, thank it for showing up, okay? And then from there, I want you to go ahead and ask it, what, I know you're actually trying to share something with me. You're playing a role in my life right now. What role are you playing in my life right now? And see what it says, see what it tells you. Just imagine it talking to you, just however it comes to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then as it's sharing, you may want to go on and on, that's fine, but I'm just going to jump in there now and say, go ahead and now ask, are you, do you, I mean, are you having a good time playing this role in my life? Are you, you know, are you enjoying this? See what it says, yes or no. If it has more to share, that's great. All right, and then from there, what you can do, for an example, is you can ask, like, what role do you really want to play in my life? What, I know you are a gift to me. You're actually one of my greatest gifts, I'm sure. What gift are you trying to bring to me? What's the truth? What's the truth of what you're pointing into? What are you really trying to tell me? So that you could be a gift, so you could serve a higher good, so you could evolve, play a greater role in my life, so that you're not being experienced as this in this way anymore. We don't have to have this experience anymore. How do you want to serve in my life? Tell me, you have a truth you've been trying to tell me by showing up again and again. What's the truth you've been trying to tell me for the longest time? Please tell me now. Give thanks for anything that's coming forth. It's all good. And then go ahead and ask it, as we just do this work quickly for today. Ask, what new role do you want to play in my life? If it wants to shift, you know, it wants to play this new role, just ask it, well, what is the new role you want to play in my life? Then I want you to say yes to it. Say yes, yes, yes. Great, great. And if you'd like to join me now, what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to take this another step and bring this into a prayer. Hi, Melanie. I see Melanie's here. I may not be able to see you all, but I'm taking a peek here on the Facebook. And so what we're going to do then is we're going to take this even deeper. Now, you can continue this process by continuing to do the same process for you again and again. You could play back the live to write down the questions again, or you can listen to the podcast when it's released as well. If you want more private support, just reach out to me and we can talk about it. So from here, I'm going to do what I call a channel prayer, something that I love doing. And we're going to affirm the highest right here for this energy, okay? Because you can see now, without me having a big explanation, that this energy is trying to bless you. It has a higher evolved form. And now that you're saying yes to it, it can come to fruition. So we'll take that into prayer. So if you join me, just take a nice deep breath. In through your nose, up through your crown chakra, up through your higher self, up to love, light, source energy, up to the all in all. And as you exhale through your mouth, let this energy come back down through your higher self, down through your crown chakra, down through all your chakras, through your visible body, through your auric field, down through your feet, down through your root chakra, down to the core of the earth. So I speak these words and the I am for everyone listening to my voice. As I recognize God, love, life, source, spirit is all there is. I'm grateful that I am filled with amazing, powerful energies that are wanting to deepen as the gifts that are pointing into the depth of purpose that I'm here to fulfill, knowing that from that alive and deepened purpose, I'm able to be filled with invincible presence and love and empowerment for me, for all, for everything. And I'm grateful to say yes to it. I'm grateful to let it bless my life and everyone's life on the planet. All those lives that I'm meant to touch, I'm grateful that it's making a huge impact because I'm willing to say yes to it. Just my recognition of it alone is already making a difference, and I continue to say yes to it. As I allow it to be a gift and focus this gift and continue to move forward and allow this new evolutionary role that this energy is taking form in for me now, I'm grateful to continue to dialogue with it and continue to tune into my chakras to allow myself to evolve into a higher frequency where love, light, laughter, and joy, and goodness, and justice for all is unfolding. No matter who I am, on a physical level, I am meant to be blessed. I am meant to thrive. I'm meant to thrive on every single level now, not later. Every other idea is a lie and holds no power in my life. I'm grateful for all to be infinitely blessed as I realize my deeper purpose, my deeper gifts. They're meant to rock and to be shared fully and full thrival today, and knowing that it's meant to open up the doors for greater possibilities, for justice and goodness, for all good things in the world. And so I'm grateful that it's truly enters into the higher and higher frequencies of unity consciousness and ascension for the planet, for me, for all. And as I do so, I'm grateful to celebrate it, knowing that I'm ready for the mass ascension and mass healing that's happening right now. Grateful for these wounds that have shown up for me again and again in my life, that I continue to tune into them, into my chakras, and to do the deeper work, to allow myself to be a clear signal, to say yes to what's come through for me today, and each step along the way to say yes, 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 and moving forward into action, into inspiration from the deeper guidance, from the deeper work, and allowing it to be much more effective and potent and powerful. And I'm grateful to do so, allow myself to thrive infinitely, being embodied in the power of source within me, realizing the gifts and purpose that's within me every step along the way. As I let it be so, I let it be done. Thank you, God, and so it is. All right, and if you had your eyes closed, you can open them now slowly or at your own rate, and come back into this present moment, right here in the physical. Great, great, wonderful. And with all that, I just want to say that, again, our wounds, as you just saw through this work, and if it didn't seem to be flowing for you, contact me. We'll get it always works, but sometimes we could use assistance with it. So feel free to reach out to me if you like, and I can, we can look at, I can look at tuning into your wounds right away and supporting you to turning those wounds into your gifts and becoming more purposeful, deepening into your purpose. This is so critical for us to do this deeper work right now. This is what is wanting to happen, okay? And for those of you that are particularly have a big mission or feel like you're meant to lead the way, to help shift energy on the planet and even to shift different systems and different paradigms, etc., on the planet, we have to keep doing the deeper work and then take massive action, inspired action, fun action, joyful action, and the nitty-gritty action, whatever it is, but let it all be amazing and let the results land, okay, most effectively for the highest good of all. To me, that's true justice. Okay, so from that place, I just bless all of you. And I just wish you all the best with you rocking your sacred purpose. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to contact me. You can go to yoursacredpurpose.com to contact me or to ask for an energy scan consultation. I also have a free meditate and make money meditation there that people are, it opens up your chakras, works with your chakras, and allows you to hear your downloads, your guidance each day. And people are seeing financial growth from that, so check that out. And you can also just contact me there. So, all right, well, that's all for today. Grateful to have joined together with you on the Facebook Live. and also through the podcast. So from there, I'll say to, especially to my podcast listeners, but really to all of you, keep on tuning in here, and we'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Podcast, Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. And I'll look forward to being with you the next time. Okay, goodbye, everybody. You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.